Well, hey there, guys, and welcome back to the ZMAM show. I could not help. I wanted to get out here. Sorry, I was just downsizing some for a second. I want to get out here and talk about Disney and how they have struck again with their corporate greed to a fan-made film. There is an amazing film that just came out about 3 weeks ago. It was done by the channel Star Wars Theory, which I didn't even really know about this guy, which I should, because this dude is heavily into Star Wars, and he's just really even keel, and he's just a really cool guy to listen to, and his theories and all this different stuff. Well, anyways, he creates this Vader film, which is just completely amazing, and I have a link to it actually in the description down below. You have to check this out. This thing is just unbelievable. The music, the score, the visual effects, everything, and just seeing Vader's ferocity is just it's just unparalleled. It's amazing. So this guy creates this thing. Mind you, let's get a little bit of backstory what went down here, if you haven't heard the story already. So basically, he wanted to create this film, and he knew that there's very little chance he could ever get it monetized and actually make money off of it. But all the same, he still wanted to see what could be done. So he went to Lucasfilm. He tried to go to the proper channels, at least Lucas side, and say, hey, I have this idea. I want to try and create this. I'm such a fan of the films. I want to bring this for everybody to watch. What can I do? Can I crowdfund this so I don't have to spend my own money at least, or at least monetize for a period of time so he can recoup some of the money he spent into it. And we're not talking some simple little $500,000 little movie here. We're talking he spent upwards, I heard, $60,000 to $100,000. I know there's a gap there, but all the same, this is of his own money. Now, luckily, he has a very successful YouTube channel, so he has the funds to create something that his passion is around, and so he did this. So, anyways, they say, hey, you can't monetize it, you can't crowdfund it, but if you want to try and go for it, get after it. And supposedly there was this deal that Disney said, yeah, you cannot monetize it, but you can go ahead and create it and put it out there. Well, anyway, so he gets it out there. It's been out there for about just almost a little over 2 weeks, and suddenly he sees a monetized comment down on the film, on his YouTube page. And so basically Disney came forward, kind of behind his back, and after already speaking to him about everything, and basically said, no, we're going to go ahead and monetize this, and we're going to get money off of it, even though we didn't create it. And again, this is a fan film. Now, mind you, I understand Disney owns the rights to this. I'm not just trying to crap on Disney here. They own the rights to Star Wars. So, people can't just go out there and start creating whatever they want and expect to make money off of it. No. That cannot happen. But that's not what was going on here. He even says in his videos and in even the comments that he said to Lucasfilm, he did not want to make money off this. He just has such a passion and want to create something so awesome for the fans to watch, especially around Vader, who we all love so much. He's just an amazing character. And so he wanted to get it out there. And Disney ends up going behind his back and monetizing it so that they're making money pretty much off of his work. And I think that is completely ridiculous. And I'm just going to switch over here for a quick second. I want to go over to his channel, actually. And so I can't actually show this because this will immediately get flagged, probably for monetization from Disney, because they're on the warpath these days. But it's called Vader Episode 1, Shards of the Past. And it's a Star Wars Theory fan film. But again, this thing is just, oh my God, it just gives you chills. That's how awesome it is. It kind of like that feeling in Rogue One when Vader finally makes his appearance and he's just murdering rebel soldiers all crazily in the end of the movie. Pretty damn awesome, right? So, but as you can see, this thing's got 7.1 million views just in 3 weeks and is continuing to grow. And of course, the likes, the dislikes, and the fact that anybody even disliked this, you must not be a Star Wars fan at all. But again, another thing I wanted to show is, so he released a video kind of speaking about what was going on. And I got to admit, this guy was very poetic in what he said. At least that's what I said in my comment to him. Because he was very level with his comments back. He's not trying to, put toxicity back into the Star Wars name or with Disney and so forth. He's just, kind of confused why he was targeted when there's tons and tons of fan-made wannabe films out there and this and that, and they're not experiencing the same kind of problem. I think it's because they're jealous, honestly. I think he got so many views for this, and people love it so much, and people are crapping and pissing all over, the most recent The Last Jedi, which I honestly, I didn't like it at all either. I mean, I'm not going to be one of those that say, hey, you need to go back and, rewrite the film and nix it from the history. No, I'm not going to do that. It's done. What's done is done. They did some cool things in the film, but they did a lot of crappy things too. And, instead of creating that movie of the year or even movie of every other year, take some time and get a great story going and then get out there and then create your movie. And so, as we've seen now in recent the recent news is that basically Disney is starting to put the halt on some of their ideas. Like they were going to do like a Boba Fett film and an Obi-Wan film, and supposedly there's rumors that the Obi-Wan film is still going to go through. But anyways, there's just all this back and forth. I think the Boba Fett one, they kind of switched over to this Mandalorian and series they're going to do. I think it's like a live action series they're going to do on TV, so that's kind of neat, I guess. But I mean, again, we don't want too much Star Wars. You're going to wear us out. You're going to wear out the awesomeness of what Star Wars is. And it was that weight in between that really made things, I think, awesome. As they were making stuff. But this comment I put here, I just said, you spoke poetically, very even keel. But here's my point is, I mean, this is corporate greed. I mean, just making money off the little guys just because they can. When they, I think, should be supporting their fan base, the ones that want to try and make videos and show what other things could have been. George Lucas would have supported this. That's what George was about. And he, even though it was his baby and he had his definitive ideas of what he wanted to do, he was also willing to let other people in and to create content. I mean, let's not forget that Disney nixed all of the previous canon and pretty much anything that had rights outside of Lucas so that they could rewrite everything in their name and so they can make money off of it and wouldn't have to share it with anyone. I mean, if that doesn't spell corporate greed, I don't know what does. And how much money do you need? I mean, as a corporation, you are making billions of dollars off of Marvel. You are making billions of dollars off of Star Wars. I mean, when is enough? And I think in their eyes, it's never enough. And, they probably have enough money to support the next, 3-4 generations of Disney in general. But they probably want to make it so that there's 20 more generations of Disney to be had and that they'll never go away. So, I mean, I guess it's never enough, right? You just money, money, money. But I did make a comment here. I said that, if Disney is not careful, the fans are going to continue to rise up. And he actually said it in his most recent video, the Star Wars Theory guy. Sorry, I don't know his name. But he said, he was thanking the fans for going out there and making their comments and blowing it up over the internet, because that is the power of the internet these days. We have the power to actually change things. And Disney, they keep screwing up. And they did it with Star Wars Battlefront 2 when that came out, and their stupid little microtransactions, and the whole system was just totally jacked, and people did not buy it. Now, I, like a moron, did buy it because I just wanted to play a game in Star Wars, and a few of my other buddies, we did buy it too. But this is just another point. So that was in the video game industry in general. We have Fallout 76. They had a huge jacked up release. God, I think I had a couple others listed too. But point is, if they're not careful, Disney is going to keep ruining their vision and everything of Star Wars with their fans. And one by one, they're just going to drop off and drop off. Now, true, 100,000 here, even 200,000 there. It's not enough. It's not enough to stop that corporate monster that Disney is. But I tell you, you piss off enough people, you start getting into the millions, and and people start boycotting your products and your merchandise and your movies, which that's your heart and soul right there. They're going to feel it. They're going to feel it, and then they're going to have to make decisions on how they want to go about it. Right now, they're treating it like, hey, if you don't like it, don't watch it. Go do something else. It's like, you don't crap on your fans like that. Now, no doubt, there are some seriously crazed Star Wars fans out there that take it to the Xth whatever level, and they need to just chill the hell out. Okay, I get that. But myself, and especially with my boys growing up and so forth, I mean, we've come to love Star Wars. They're young. They're just 7 and 5. And, they get to see these movies and how they're progressing and how they're coming out. And, The Last Jedi, we've watched it a handful of times, maybe since the theater when we went to see it. And it's just, it'll never be a go-to movie for mine. I mean, it's always going to be that one where, Luke died in just such a goofy-ass way, and, they went on another goofy mission that meant absolutely nothing on Canto Bight, and it was just one thing after another. And in fact, if you want to hear our 7 reasons why the Star Wars Last Jedi failed us, go out to my channel or look it up. We have a whole video on it. It's a decent to watch. It's about an hour long, but we just kind of go through it all, and it's amazing how jacked up they really did that movie. But all the same, it's done, and here we are. I am actually really hoping that Episode 9 is amazing. I know a lot of people do not like J.J. Abrams. I kind of do. I like his style. I like some of the things he's done in his films. But you know, it was his vision that started with episode 7, and episode 7 was not that bad. I mean, there's maybe a few things here and there, but overall, it kind of reignited it. He played it a little bit safe, but it did reignite the Star Wars, the name, you know, for this generation, I guess, that we're in right now. And but when Rian Johnson got a hold of it, he kind of said, "Hey, you know, thanks for the setup, but I got my own ideas and so forth." As well as many directors would do, they want to put their imprint and their signature on it. So now that JJ has it back, maybe he can kind of take back to that original story that he was working with and try and make it complete and whole, and actually make some kind of continuity and sense. So, I don't want to crap on Disney here. I want them to be great, and I want them to do the right thing by their fans, by fan-made videos, by their movies, their shows. I mean, I do kind of want to pay because I want to see these amazing works, and I want to come out here and review them for you guys so you can know whether it's worth going out to see them or not. But don't make it so bad that literally where you have people that are still trying to be on your side, and literally, I mean, I'm just teetering on the edge. I'm just like, I'm not so sure I really want to pay anymore for your products or your toys or your movies. And that's a tough thing because my boys love Star Wars, so I don't know how I'm going to get away with that one. But all the same, I did just want to talk to you guys a little bit about this and let you know about what was going on with Disney in the background. And I don't think this is the first time this has happened, but I think this might have more to come. Now, I forgot to say that there is actually a good ending to all this. Just a few hours back, not even 6 to 8 hours ago, supposedly Lucasfilm contacted Disney and started talks about this whole situation. And I'm not even sure if George even stepped in, and I doubt he did. But basically, they released his film. Okay, so that was the win. I kind of got off on a tangent there, but of course, this is what the live streams do. But yes, they did release the video, and so it's no longer being monetized by Disney. So please go out there and watch this guy's work. It is just amazing what he did. That's really all I can say to it. It's just something else. So with that said, I just want to jump out here and talk to you guys a little bit so you can see what's been going down. Oh, I don't really want to show that again. But if you like what you're watching here, make sure to like and subscribe. You know, we have a lot of other cool things that are coming your way. I finally have started to hunker down and start writing for Dead Nightmare Episode 7. I know it's been like 3 months since we released it, but there's just been a lot of craziness going on. And, hopefully I will be able to get something going real soon on that, because I know a lot of you guys who are really enjoying our zombie series want to see more. And we definitely want to bring you more. I have it like all in my head. I just have to get it down on paper and then start getting people scheduled. I've kind of built this thing into a monster, and I have now so many actors and people that I need to get together, and all these people have jobs and so forth, and they just don't have time to just come out at my beck and call. So it's going to be interesting how I piece this together, but I hope you guys will stay with us for the ride, and it'll be fun. We also have some other cool shorts I want to try and knock out too in the upcoming months, and so again, I got to get it writing, so maybe I should stop talking here and get back to that. So this is the ZMAM Show, and I'm your host, Mike Schilling, and we will see you at the next review, or somebody does something stupid. See you guys.